Oh, shoot. Raining like cats and dogs out there. I'm telling you what. Got that. And this. Second. It's an Easter bunny. Pretty neat. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. Looks like probably recorder, probably recorder. Heck yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, you guys. We're going to be making. Oh no! All right. Well, since that's like that, we ain't gonna be able to use that. So we'll just make this as our. That'll be our pattern, but that's all right. It's fine with me because either way, you're gonna need a pattern to keep drawing them out. On that, we're gonna stay focused, stay busy, and go from there. Welcome in, you guys. So we're gonna be making a dough mixer out of oak. Pretty neat. We cannot use this side. Unfortunately, there's a crack here. I did not realize that when I made it. But, you know, well, Easter Bunny. So, we make tons of patterns, if you haven't realized. And we have made this just today. Not too long ago, actually, really. Pretty neat. Uh, that's called a push in, push out for oven. So you take that, you push it in, or you can pull out with your oven rack right there. Pretty neat. Uh, so if you want to do your own DIY, they'll push in, push out for your oven rack. Isn't too shabby. So you take your finger, put it through there, you pull your oven out, little rack, then you push it in the side. So that's pretty neat. So I've been seeing this like crazy on Pinterest, Etsy. So we're gonna go for it. I made my own little DIY handle, and then I did a little cob novel job here. I will probably be fixing that, but I'm not sure yet. It depends on how this one turns out. Since this one's gonna be our pattern, I always have patterns. So let's see here. Oh, or rather one is, but I always have patterns for when I draw out. So I use the same one So it always looks the same. So when you're always drawing something out, you always want the same pattern. And like I said, I got tons and tons of spatulas. And I did actually make a couple out of red oak, white oak, and my favorite of all is cherry. I love cherry wood. It gives off a beautiful look. So as of this is oak when it turns out with oil on it. And so as an example, here's cherry. So it's I mean, cherry just gives off a beautiful look to me. I love the grain of cherry. I love the grain of oak, but my my preference is always going to be cherry because I mean, why not? Cherry just gives off a beautiful look. And we will be getting back to our six-drawer twist box. Unfortunately, we had a little mishap when it came to that. Don't mind the rain; it's pouring out. But yeah, I mean, this should turn out pretty nice. We're gonna go from there. I would play some music, but YouTube does not allow that. Give me a second here. Put that in there, just like that. Just like that. You line it up, just like that. So it would not be fun you know, a brad nail through my thumb or drill through my fingers today. So fortunately, let's get it done. If you guys new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. Only three. I just like making spatulas because it's an everyday use. I think we always use a spatula to cook with, so why not? We will be making new cutting boards here soon. We got another craft fair coming up. Well, I get this as perfect as we can because this will always be a replica. We probably could have used the drill press. That's all right. And I did end the video a little earlier because I was not feeling well. My stomach was not. So sorry about that. So we're back at it again. Alrighty, that's looking all right. But like I said, you guys, this will be a replica, so it'll be our pen drawer. So our kind of little mishaps are alright with it. So as you can see, I kind of messed up there, but that's okay because sanding will always come in doubt when you're not. Hey Albert, how are you, buddy? But yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, I prefer cherry over oak. I don't know why, but I mean, oak don't give off the color that cherry does. I guess I haven't had a piece of oak that stood out to me yet. But cherry, on the other hand, I want to get my wooden mallet out, but I don't want to waste time with you guys. Uh, so cherry has a beautiful look to it. I can't compete with cherry, or even black walnut. Give me a second. Yeah, but just make sure we had all of our wood in here, so it was not getting wet. A minute, another big wet. Here's me. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think this would be a neat idea. I think it could have went down a little bit more here, but other than that, I mean, it's not gonna be bad for a dough mixer. The only thing about cherry is you don't like to hop around as much. Oh, so you hear that? Cherry don't really like to do that. See how my blade's twisting? If you ever start getting into these, you don't want your blade speed to be very up. So you notice how I went outside the line here and here? Because I noticed over here was a little bit more off than what I would notice. And then here, I'm gonna realize that when I'm cutting here. So that's not too shabby. Uh, Now the looks of that. How you doing, Adam? But yeah, I mean, the looks of that, it don't turn out shabby, but I think how I want to go is with an oval kind of. I think it would give it more of a view of saying, you know, it's not. I mean, I just don't like that because the head looks smaller than the actual fit on this. So, for example, give me a second, guys. Oh, shoot. All right. So, example. So, this is oak as well. So, see how I got this fit compared to, the head of the spatula. So, you kind of want to, grasp it. So, it kind of looks, kind of good in the hand in a way. And as you're flipping food or, turning food, you would think, I want something that looks or feels like it's gonna feel great in the hand. So that's kind of why I went with that. I do round them as well, but it's more of a hassle to round them than anything. Is the whole idea. So I went with this handle because I see it a lot and it's really popular, and that's the thing. So you gotta think. So if I get into this business, what am I gonna do? Because people use spatulas all the time, and plastic's all right, but when you wash all the time, use all the time, it's gonna fade and it's gonna have plastic all over. So I came out with wooden spatulas. I didn't come out with them, but I started making them because you use them every day. And the thing with wood, as soon as you sand this down, make it look all pretty, and then you spray a little mist out of water. Because if you don't spray mist of water on these, you're gonna get this feeling again. And this is not sanded. So that's what you're going to get if you do not sand them again after you put a little bit of water on them. You don't gotta douse them down, but I mean just spray a little water on them, put 220 back on them, and this thing's gonna look beautiful for a while. And then once starts to turn white a little bit, put some oil back on it, and it's good to go again. But yeah, I mean that would be our little replica of doing our little display of spatulas. I do have other tons of stuff I gotta do. I do have to make two more of these. Um, Easter's right around the corner, and you guys, I make tons of cutouts, and you think that bunny was something to do? That's nothing compared to everything I've done so far. If you go back look at my shorts, I make bear claws. I make tons of stuff. Uh, I do have tons more to make, unfortunately. Like I said, we do have that craft fair coming up. It's a 3-day event, so that's awesome to hear. Um, so we're gonna use that as our test piece right there. Let's see here. This piece isn't looking too good because you got that effect right there, but we probably could still use it as if we put it right there. But I kind of want to make a cherry one. And matter of fact, I did bring pieces out. I have tons of other cherry pieces to make. Oh look, pouring again, like usual. You can tell April's right around the corner because it's raining like crazy. Other than that, I mean, I've been so busy. So with these right here, these are bird strippers, and they've been selling like nonstop. So every time we go to a craft fair, we always sell out of these. Uh, let's see here. So if you take your pencil, you can always make your own design. It doesn't matter. You can even go with a straight line if you want to make these. You go with your big bit, smaller, smaller, and you get the drift. Then right here. So I made a new one. And it kind of don't worry, this is just the replica that I got. And I went like that with it. Just to give it another look. And people really like that. I mean, with new looks, you gotta think people are always gonna want something new looking in their kitchen. So I did that, and that those sold out like no tomorrow. Uh, this unfortunately, this is oak. Like I said, I got tons to cut out for the craft fair. But like I said, here's my replica of the rack pusher. So we do have tons of these to make. So if you guys can bear with me, we're gonna make a couple of those. Unfortunately, we cannot get to our 6-drawer twist box yet because I'm still trying to figure out. So if you guys can let me know. So here's our 6-drawer twist box. So you'll always have a slot coming from here to here on your twist boxes, and it's on every box that's on this. So we got 6 boxes here, and they just twist out like that. So you got to think you're gonna have a top on it with little little pieces on top of it to make them twist out. So you'd think with a dresser, what's a dresser do? It just slides in, slides out. Well, with this, you would think, why would I need a piece down there like that? So I'm thinking if I don't even go with that slit down there, it's still gonna automatically twist out like that. So they're both gonna twist out like that. So I don't think I really need that slit there, but I'm still unsure about that. So if you go in my last videos, I made a 2 drawer twist box. I made a 4 drawer twist box. I still want to make a 4 drawer twist box with a two up top and a pull out drawer on the top. Kind of like a little drilling box, but that's on a standstill right now, unfortunately. But we do have cherry to make of the little push racks here because I kind of want to see what cherry's gonna look like. Because I think it's definitely gonna pop with the grain. You guys can very well just a sec. Cherry, cherry's easy to cover. Yeah. Or but yeah, I mean, I don't know, I think cherry gives off a gorgeous look for some odd reason. I mean, compare oak to cherry. Yes, it does look good with the grain that runs through it, but cherry just stands out way more than I thought. Black walnut, yes, it does give off a great look. I do have a cutting board. It's probably 12 by probably 20. It looks great, but if I could throw in some maple into it, hard maple, I think it would stand out gorgeous. But yeah, you guys, let me know what you guys think. What kind of spatula should I make next? I make all types of spatulas. The only thing I do not have is wooden spoons. Those are so hard to make. But if I can come up with something for my drill press to go down and scoop, that'd be great. But I don't know what to look up when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, guys, let me know. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, you guys. I will be back on tomorrow afternoon. Let me know.